What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the HTM Buddy Build of the U.S.S. Reliant. I'm Jordan with Line in the Stars.
And I'm Ken with Ken's Hobby Bench.
And, here I am with actually some work done. The slow progress goes for me as we go along. But some actual work's been done. I'm pretty thrilled about that. How's your week going, Ken?
Actually, I had company, so I only got some work done maybe an hour before we started recording today.
Wow. Nice. Very nice.
Yep.
Which is rare for you.
Yes, but it was nice to have the company. So it was my dad. So
awesome.
Yeah.
Excellent. So I see that you have some little corner light boxes set up there. How did the assembly of all that turn out? And we were talking beforehand, and you were mentioning a couple things about what you discovered in watching some of the clips that we have of the Reliant.
Yeah, so the action went well. Completed the boxes last episode, and then this morning here before we recorded, I drilled in just a little 1 millimeter hole, and then just widened it out with my hobby knife to fit in the 3 millimeter lights. But in watching the clips of the Reliant, there's a lot of them. You don't see these at all, like just from the angles. But there's also the few times you do see it, it's blacked out, except for the one time I saw when Khan had the ship and they were chasing the Enterprise into the Mutara Nebula, and then the ship begins to slow down, and that's when you can see it, and it looks more like it's a cool white light. So, and then it kind of looks like it's got a hot spot across the center, which kind of fits with what this lighting system does. Ooh, I unplugged my one light.
Yes, you did.
There we go. Kind of. So anyway, yeah. So that kind of fits with what we've got here. So I went with a cool white, and I resisted it, I think at 320, so it's not overly bright.
Right.
So, but it still, has some show to it. So that's what I ended up going with. So
and did you wind up putting a strip down across the entire thing, or did you leave a gap at the bottom? In the middle there, in the middle of the light box.
My light boxes are just literally just a box, and then I just took a strip, and then CA glued it into the middle.
All is straight down, and it covers the entire surface. Because when I was looking at it, I thought that it had like a small gap at the very bottom of it. So let me take a look at mine.
Might. Oh, yeah, of course I unplugged it again. Here we go.
Okay. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Interesting. Yeah, when I was looking at mine, I'll go ahead and power mine up. I'll see if I can get mine. Excuse me. When I did mine, I did it with a strip being left at the bottom. Let me go ahead and grab my alligator clamps as well. And this is not wired backwards. We're good to go there. I think. Maybe. I don't know. Here, let me light up this random thing that I haven't lit up in a while. While we're recording, as I do, I suppose I can just isolate the blue ones. There we go. I actually try to color code my wires with the color of the lights.
Okay.
It's one of the things that I do.
Yep.
Helps me identify later as opposed to like testing everything.
Yeah, I've done that with my a few of my things. My nacelles are, I think they're blue, and I think they're green and blue. I think.
Okay. Yeah.
Or is that might be my Raytheon effect is blue and green, I think.
Yeah,
but anyway,
I didn't mind.
The cells are a different color.
Got it. So this is the one that I don't like. I'm not happy with how that turned out. And there's like a gap at the bottom, you see.
Right.
That's what I did with mine. On the other side, however, the one that I do like, it does go all the way down. I don't know why I did that.
Hmm.
That's why this one needs to come out. So, and I am based on, I have the UV LEDs in here to match up with the LED you see on the top for the top vent right below or right behind the bridge. And so I matched those up because I don't know why, but like I think these have always been lit up blue. Like whenever people light these up, I think they're always kind of lit up blue. Comes out a little bit more purple through here because of the UV, but yeah, like I don't know why. So I think I'm going to go ahead and pop those out and do cool white instead, and then of course go ahead and replace this as well. So yeah, no, I'm kind of interesting. The two different approaches, and I really don't know why I did that like that. That is such a huge gap on the bottom. Like there's no way I could live with that. So nice. I'm glad you figured that one out. I really
Yeah.
am.
If you go to that little short video Todd gave us, it's at the 1 minute and 20-second mark.
Right.
You can really see it. It's a great shot of the starboard side rear,
Okay.
and that really shows it off.
I wonder too, like I part of me wants to go look at like some of the Miranda classes that we see in like Next Generation and DS9 stuff like that, and because it's the same filming model, right? Like they use the same
Exactly.
filming model like for all of it. So I'd like to see like that. It would be kind of interesting to maybe pull a little bit of imagery from there and see. Obviously, they don't shoot it super close for the TV shows, and they were shot at a very horrible video quality back in the day. So but it would be kind of interesting to look at it. Like, I mean, obviously they modified it in certain ways, like with the Soyuz class had the little, instead of the roll bar, it had the it was a Miranda class, but it was the Soyuz class variant, and it had the weapons pods off to the side. The
Yes.
Saratoga was the ship that Cisco was on right at the very beginning of Deep Space Nine. The ship where his wife died was a Soyuz variant of the Miranda class, and it didn't have the roll bar; it just had the little outrider weapons on the side, which is really really cool. I like the little designs that they did, and I'd be interested in building this kit again as a different version of it. But if I build the 537 again, I swear we're not doing all these mods.
Well,
Will you inspire us? But my God, man.
there's a lot of them I would do again, though.
Oh yeah, the
I would
window
definitely
boxes
put the
along the
windows
outside,
in, but I think
100%. Yeah,
I think we could do a nice end of build video to discuss all that.
yeah,
I
absolutely,
think I think everyone should keep an eye out for that. So
absolutely.
yeah.
So I guess talking about that, well, that was a horrible segue, Jordan. What are you doing this week? What are you getting? What's the plan for your video for this week?
Okay, so this week, you'll see me do this. The fact that I have these in, I'll be installing these, and then should be installing all the parts of the impulse engine, and then hopefully I'll be getting my um, navigation lights and strobes into place on the main hull, and have that all ready to be closed up.
Excellent,
So
excellent,
it won't
excellent.
be closed up, but it'll be right around that area.
Right, dude, that's awesome. Hell yeah.
Yeah. So, and how about
Yeah.
you?
You know, I've said this before a couple times,
Okay.
but getting this done. I actually have gone through this week, gotten all of my little light boxes sanded down. They're all ready to go. So I'm going to be going through, installing all my light boxes, getting all of my LEDs put in place, and then put in the chain. I am going to be sequencing these lights. So I'm not going to be like chaining them in a round. I got to chain them across each other. With the main power running around the outside. So it's kind of been like what am I going to do? Because I want them to be able to turn on in the sequence. Like when you power up the model, I want them to go back to back to the front.
Right.
I, I don't know why, but I just want that. Maybe even we can program the Arduino so, like for me, it'll do it randomly. So maybe it might turn on the front ones and the back ones and the middle ones, whatever, at total random. So every time I turn it on. But yeah, so I gotta sequentially pair these up and then run power all the way around. Um, so yeah, that's gonna be the plan. It's been the plan for the last couple of weeks. It's taken a little while to get here, but I've gotten all my sanding done. I've done a bunch of sanding around the top here. Like I had to go through and kind of like make sure that it's kind of hard to pick up, but like where there's primer at the top and then where you see it sanded off. I've had to do that in a couple different spots, right over here in the corner a little bit. Just a lot of like putting the saucer down, like seeing how it fits, seeing where it doesn't sit flat, where it does sit flat, and then kind of moving on. It was a lot of sanding. And if you guys have ever sanded 3D printed resin, those particulates are fine and they get everywhere.
And you
It's
don't
kind of
want to breathe
nuts.
them in.
No, you do not. So it's wearing a face mask while doing it, and trying to wear a face mask while on stream and talking, kind of a pain in the butt, but you have to do it because you don't want to breathe that in. It's like gluten. It's so fine that it really messes with the alveoli in your lungs. So
Yeah.
yeah. And then beyond that, I am going to start working on getting my all of my corner markers, so all of my nav lights and formation lights and all that, getting them all burnt in and ready to go for the following week. I kind of need to keep moving forward on it, as Ken has definitely gotten way ahead of me on this build. But as we talked about, I having a full-time job sucks. So it's a challenge for me to get to build a lot, and with as many builds as I have, it's kind of ridiculous. So but yeah, that's kind of the plan for me, to be able to get this done this week, and then really move on to the rest of the finishing the lighting. Like once again, outside of a little bit of modifications here, a little bit of sanding on this part, the roll bar and the nacelles, like a lot of it's done. It's just the meat of the model now needs to come together, and I need to figure out how to consolidate everything down so all the wires that I need run down through here. So it's a lot. There's a lot to do, but I'm looking forward to it.
Oh, right on.
Yeah. I can tell you what, next time, if I ever do one of these again, it as just, I know we're going to save it for the very end, but inner lights. Think about inner lights for this. This would be a fantastic build for the inner light system.
Oh yes, I'll be learning inner lights when I build my 1350 Excelsior.
Uh, Dude, I can't wait for that one. So they really need to get to building the and getting us the 350 Reliant, but for now we're gonna have to kind of settle for this one.
Yes, unfortunately.
Indeed. All right, my friend. Well, you got anything else for us before we head out to the bench?
No, and do you?
No, I think I'm good. I'm really looking forward to actually getting an episode out this week and seeing how all this turned out. I've seen your window lights lit up and they look really really good, and I can't wait to do that myself. So really looking forward to that.
All right, sounds good. We'll see you at the
All right,
bench.
buddy. See you at the bench.
All right, so I've taken and I've put my holes in the light boxes here and inserted my light. I went with a cool white light, and I resisted it to 320 ohm resistor, just to make it a little less intense. Now looking at the footage of the ship, a lot of times it looks like these vents are not lit. One of the times you can see that it is lit is when it's moving towards the Mutara Nebula, chasing Kirk, when Khan's got control of the ship, and it slows down, and you can kind of see it's lit at that point, and it kind of looks like it's a cool white light with a warm spot kind of in the center, which is kind of what this is giving me. So I think I think we got it down perfect. So all I'll get to do now is secure these in place, and we'll have, I believe, all of our lights ready to go for the rear. And then I can look at starting to go with finishing off the impulse engine in here, and we'll be able to button it all up and put it in place. So I'm going to stop here for now and get these put into place, and I'll see you in just a minute. All right, so what I'm thinking is I'll be trying to install these lit so that I can see, you know, how they're lighting on the inside there, making sure that they're straight as possible. So what I'm going to do is take some CA glue. I tried already once and then got interrupted. Well, interrupted makes it sound negative, but yeah, no, I had to stop, and Jordan and I went and recorded our segment. So here we are now, and put this in place. So nice to see Jordan's progress, what he's got going on. So don't forget to go check out Jordan at Aligning the Stars and see his progress. You'll see us talking right before this. But it's always good to see his videos, see what he gets done. He's got some good skills. So, yes, definitely. And he's got the knowledge for Star Trek too. We talked about, well, as you would have heard, different styles of the ship. All right, so I'll kind of go like that. Now, does that look straight to you? Write me a letter. Put it in the post, and I'll get it probably after I'm completed this build. So, more seriously, let's, yeah, I think that's good. So what I'll do is I'll take a little bit more of my CA, and I will put it along this edge here. Just like that. Now I was also hoping to use a little, to me, extra thin in here as well, because it is plastic. Plastic on plastic, so. But anyway, I'll hold this for a second. There we go. Let it cure in place. Uh-oh, I made a bit of a gap, so we'll see if it's going to snap off the CA glue or not. But we will now put in some CA on this side. How's that looking? Yeah, I'm knocking my light out again. Obviously haven't secured my lights in place yet. Kind of want to make sure that we're not going to have a fitment issue when we go to put in with the side light boxes, etc. So, because worst case scenario, I could still just cover it with some more styrene plastic, put a smaller hole in, and maybe go for fiber optic cable if I had to. I don't think the result would be near as good, but it would be an option. So, but once I kind of have this glued into place and everything is secure, I think I will at that point be able to go along and find out for sure if that is an option that is viable with this light, as opposed to the ultra, or sorry, the thin. See, my mind's going everywhere this morning. Before going with the fiber optic cable. But anyway, so that's one in place. I've unplugged my negative this time. Let's plug that back in, just kind of, sort of. Let's see how that looks. I think we're good. There we go. It looks a little crooked, but let's see here if we can straighten that out. That's a bit better. And then we'll, yeah. All right. Yeah, it keeps unplugging. I know I need to connect these a little bit better. But, all right, so lights out. That's good enough. Yeah, so I'm happy with this one here. I will try to just use different types of glue force here to uh, make sure it's secured in there really well. I know this is probably not the best side to glue it from because I know there's a lot of CA glue residue from other, these little light boxes and everything else that are in there. Might be kind of a moot point what I'm doing with that, but what I will do is I will put a little extra of my CA glue down in there. But I don't want to get all the way to the edge. I want to try and keep it kind of neat because remember, we've had issues before with that sort of thing. So, and we don't want to have that again. So, do that, that, and that. You can actually feel the heat from the CA glue. But, all right, let's give it a little bit of a dab of Instaset. All right, now we can take our light, reinsert it back in place, connect our negative, and give it a look. Let's see here, bring my negative around the bottom. There we go. So that's our one light in place, looking good. I'll do the other one, get that one in place. I'll come back and I'll show you. So here we have it. We have our corner lights in place now, both of them. And then here's with the rest of those lights all lit up, looking good. So the next thing we need to work on is getting our impulse engine lights, or the rest of our lights in here. So I'm going to get to work on that and I'll be right back. All right, so we're here ready to start working on our impulse engine area. So what I've done now is I did remove the pieces of plastic I had covering the red lights here, and I put in, because I had two of the really thin ones. I've since changed that and removed the two and put down one. Two, I just found it was looking a little too dim, and the plastic I'm using is 0.25 millimeters, which is this paper thin styrene sheet. Just enough to dull down the light a little bit. What else have I done? I've gone and I've applied one more coat of the Rust-Oleum frosted glass on here. It actually came out a little too, started to thicken up the resin piece here. So what I was doing is I came to the back side and I've been sanding it down, kind of removing what I had sprayed on there, but also just scratch it up a lot, and hopefully that will also contribute to the there we go, contribute to the diffusion of the light. So you can see that's really scuffed up now. So make sure it goes right from edge to edge. There we go. So we can put this in. Now remember, the hole in the back should be to the thinner side. That would be the top. So just place that in there like that. Let's see how our red lights are looking in here. See how much that's helped or not helped, or what the case is. So double check. My power supply is set for 5 volts. It's actually at 4.9, but close enough for me. So let us get this twisted together. Negatives connected, and connect our positives. All right, so there we have it. Still very sourcey, but I think that's going to make a good difference in there. So we're also going to have our orange light, which should be this one. Give me a second here. I'll just stop recording for a moment. I'll attach the orange one. I'll put that in. I'll let you take a look at that as well. All right, so I've turned down the lights on the desk here, and as you can see here, there's with the two reds zoomed in, and then we put the orange in, and makes quite the difference. Oops, the one red came unplugged. I was having an issue with that. Is it positive again? Yeah, it's the positive. There we go. So that's what you have between the orange and no orange. That orange makes a nice difference. So we're gonna get that put into place more permanently. And yeah, so what I'll probably use here is I will use some UV resin to secure this part in place, as well as the orange light into the rear of this piece here. What I could do is I could draw that out just a little bit more and get that orange in there. I'm sure I've got lots of residue in here from spraying this down with the frosted glass effect several times. So I'll go ahead and I'll clean this out, and we'll get this inserted in here a little bit deeper. All right, so you can see here now I've gone and done the drilling in here to clear out some more space. And if we take our orange LED, you can see it goes into there kind of up to about the collar of the LED there, just a little lip that goes around the edge. So what I'm going to do is take my UV resin, which I've warmed up in the usual way. If you're not sure what the usual way is, you need to go back and watch some of my other videos. So just kind of fill that up a bit, stick that in there, and we'll take our UV light and just give that a cure. All right, now that that's secured in place, we can take our light, our piece here, and we can insert it into place, just like that. Let's take a look. I'll hook this up and we'll take a look, see how it looks. All right, so that orange is really adding a nice glow in there. So let's hook up our reds then as well. All right, so this is what it looks like now with the orange and the reds all wired together on one positive, one negative. And you can see here, this is what it's going to look like with the vent in, and this is what it looks like with the vent grill out. So let's just put that back in. So that's the effect we're going to have. I'm really liking that. It's yeah, even on camera, it's looking really, really good. Not too sourcey, and that's what we've got now. So this is sorry, my grills obviously aren't attached in permanently yet. They'll be painted separately, and then this will be masked off for when I'm painting the ship itself. Actually, these inserts aren't really permanently attached either. They can be popped out, but the main diffused part here is actually has been glued into place. So that's what we have for now. So that's all done. So we are good to go. Everything's been done on the rear here. So I'm happy with that. What can be done next will be moving on to putting lights into the rest of the ship, navigations, and strobes. So let's get to work on that. So here you can see we have our green 0402 SMDs, and these are going to be going into the starboard side of the ship, and they are going to be going into these little holes right there, just like that. They'll be able to blink to their heart's content. Now another option was to put larger lights in there and put a bit of a there we go. Actually, sticks right through. Put a bit of a fiber optic there. That is still could be an option. I could just push this right below the surface and do it that way. But anyway, there you have it. There's the green or starboard side lights. So there'll be one here and one back here. This is not for a light. This hole here is to line up here with where the weapons pod slash roll bar is going in. So you can ignore that. But there we have it. I'm going to be attaching these with just some UV resin, and then I'll be running the lights kind of back along here, and then just kind of following, this line back to the rest of the ship. So they will have to be kept on a separate circuit because they're going to have their own timing and flash sequence. So they won't be tied in with the rest of the flashing lights on the ship. So I'll start putting these in here with a little bit of UV resin. I just want to make sure. Now, do I want to do, I think I do. I think I want to do putting in a little bit of fiber optic as an option. So I'm going to just line this up nicely so it's pointed up and gives us the best amount of light coming through, and then I'll UV it in place. So let us get some of our UV resin, which we have right here. I'm not putting a lot in there because I don't want to fill the entire hole. I still want a little bit of room for the fiber optic light, or sorry, the fiber optic cable to fit in there. So there we go. Not much. Worst case scenario, if I can't fit the fiber optic cable in there, what I can do is I can just put a little bit of UV resin back down into the hole from the other side and worry about it that way. But yeah, and if that's the case, I can always use that as a bit of a block from paint getting in there as well. All right, so there we have our first one in. Oops, let me just pull the negative off of there. Don't worry, I didn't break it, I hope. Yeah, no, it's just the negative came loose. So that's all it is. So we're going to keep on going on here. So we can disconnect this one from the grouping. And I'll come back here and I'll get the other ones put in and I'll show you what they look like. All right, so there we go. We have our starboard side green lights on and all in place. Looking really good. I like the amount of light they're throwing out. Like I said, they're all just a little bit in there. They're not poking out, so to speak. So I should be able to put a little bit of, won't be a lot, but a little bit of fiber optic cable in each one to get the holes plugged up for painting. So I'm going to go ahead now and get the port lights put in. All right, and there's our 4 red lights for our port side. Now this one here does look a little dim. I may have to clean that hole out, but I think if I throw some fiber optic cable in there, I think that will definitely help as well. So let's see if that helps. That seemed to help a little bit. But yeah, anyway, I'm happy with those. I got the 4 lights in for the port side. And the last ones to do are the white ones on the front. But I think I'm going to do that off camera and I'll end the video here. I think this might be a little bit of a shorter one, but it's on the lights. I will get the front navigation lights put in and we'll see you guys in the next episode. But don't forget to go check out Jordan's video and see see how he made out putting his lights on, or lights in on his video. And don't also forget to go check out Cass over here at Lake Monster Details. I'd like to thank Cass for support for sponsoring our build here. And Lake Monster Details is worth going to check out. He's going to have all these parts for sale here, and I definitely will be making another one of these kits in the future. I don't think it'll be necessarily soon, but one day. And also a great big thanks to Will over at the Instance Chair. And again, I say this every video. Go check out Will's YouTube site, and you can see him build his version of this. He created all these great parts for us, or most of them. A few of them were from Cass originally. But go check him out at the Instance Chair. And he's also got lots of other sci-fi and other interesting builds. So thanks again, everyone, for watching. You guys take care, and we'll see you next time. Bye for now. Now, looking at the footage of the Reliant, a lot of times it looks like... Pardon me.